Let's get nuts indeed, guys. What is happening? How we doing? Hey, welcome to Film Junkee Live. Keep that down a little bit. Hey, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Do all the things. It's Wednesday, October 1st, which is my birthday. Hello. That's right. It is my birthday today. And I ain't stopping. I'm still going to talk about movie nonsense, but I am taking a birthday shot, as you can see right here. So cheers, guys. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right, let me double check and make sure things are working on the YouTube side. I know I've been having issues with it. And why do I have a... Okay, I think we should be good, right? Yeah, we should be good. Just want to guarantee. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Everything's good. All right. See you guys out there. All right. Should be all right. All right. Who's out there? We got Miss Monique right here. Happy Wednesday to all. To you all, I should say. It's oven roasted tri-tip with dried apples and onions. Kind of nice. Try out. Wow, that's an interesting one. By the way, Henry Cavill put out a recovery thirst trap on Instagram today. Yes, he did. And yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit, of course. What's happening, Mom? Mom Film Junkie. Thank you, Mom. Thanks for wishing me a happy birthday. She already took me out to dinner on Sunday, which was great. It's delicious. What's going on, Braden? Thank you. Thank you, sir. We got Jason right here. Thank you as well. All right. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. October is here. I'm at my AMC about to see A Nightmare on Elm Street. Got Good Boy tomorrow, Smashing Machine, and Bone Lake on Monday, Tuesday, because I'm going to see the Raimi trilogy this weekend. Yeah, I hear they're re-releasing the Spider-Man trilogy, which was like, all right, I had no idea that they were doing that. So, and thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. And we got Eric right here. Happy birthday to me. Yes, I know. You live in a zoo. Yeah. Cake and booze all the way. There you go. Cake and booze all the way. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. 09. Good to see you. We got Simon right here. What's happening? Thank you, sir. And, of course, we got Mr. Dell in the city. Always great to see you. I appreciate it. And we got Mizan. Thank you. Oh, they called me the goat. Hey, I don't mind that. Cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you for spending some time with me. Of course, it's Wine Wednesday, so, oh, yeah. Got my red wine right there. All right. Like I said, hopefully you guys had a good Tuesday. Like I said, we got playoff baseball that's happening. The Yankees were winning. I'm assuming that they're going to win. Hopefully they do. I wanted to go to a Game 3. We got the Dodgers and the Reds up next, which the Dodgers are probably going to win. But who knows? Hopefully the Mariners can stop everybody. That's what I'm looking for right there. But again, subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't. And yeah, it's my birthday. And it's weird, it's always interesting because, to me, I'm always just like, it's just another day. I mean, I'm going to hang out with some friends this weekend because I have another friend of mine whose birthday was last week. So we're going to do like a joint birthday kind of thing. On Saturday, going to go out towards where she lives and eat some delicious food and drink some drinks. And then the following weekend, I'm going to do another thing with other friends. So I'm going to have a pretty couple of weekends right there. So, hey, we got Arkham Knight right here. Good to see ya. Yeah, hopefully perfect prison. I know, hopefully no glitches or anything like that. Did the Tigers really blow it? Man. They blew it today. That's right. It's going to a Game 3, right? So whoever wins that game plays the Mariners. And I'm like wondering, who would I prefer to play the Mariners? I think it doesn't really matter. I don't know. So, and then the Red Sox, the Red Sox are, I don't know, did they win? I don't know. Somebody's got to tell me the score because I turned off the game because I don't want to interrupt my internet connection or anything like that. So, but thank you for the birthday wishes. Again, guys, you guys are fantastic. All right, let's get the freaking show started. Let's get to the tweets. And we got some fan art right here. Our teasing of a fan art. That's pretty sweet. And this is from artist Dipankar Dalukdar. Sorry if I butchered that name a little bit. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Neem Arts, and thank you, Droga, for the birthday wishes. So we got this little tease right here, and since we know that Man of Tomorrow is likely going to have Brainiac, this piece of art, obviously you're going to recognize it. You're going to recognize it big time because, it's inspired by something that's already existed, but can't see the whole thing. You don't see the whole thing, but that's pretty sweet right there. So he's already got something in the works, which I'm sure not quite finished yet. He's probably got some extra things to do. But he's got his that version of Brainiac right there holding Superman's neck. And of course, that is Corn Sweat Superman. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, we're just going to keep that music going, man. It's my birthday. Supposedly a tie with the Yankees? I don't know. Who's got the score? I don't know what the score is. I don't know what the score is right now. Like I said, when I turned it off, which was not too long ago, it was Yankees 4-3. So check the scores. We got that internet. There was the Los Angeles Comic-Con this weekend, or I don't know what con this was, but we had a nice little reunion of two certain people from a certain Hell's Kitchen type of superhero world. That's right, Mr. Coulter, and I always forget his name, but little reunion, little Defenders reunion, I guess. We got Augie and Luke Cage right there. And when they asked what's his name too, of like, is he going to be in Daredevil season 2? He said no. I mean, he flat out just said no, not going to be in it. And we were all kind of wondering if that's actually going to, I mean, come on. He's got to be in it, right? He's got to be in it. I mean, there was that whole conspiracy theory with like the number of the address of the building and everything. So, I'm just kind of thinking that, yeah, Eldon Henson. It's got a ring. Is that what his name is? Eldon Henson? Is that what his name is? I don't think I've ever known his name. I remember, what the hell? What was that? Did I just lose that thing again? I swear, the stupid pen, it probably fell into my drink, didn't it? Did I just fall into my drink? The little clicker thing right here on my pen. I got to get a new pen. I'm wondering if that fell into my drink. That's going to be funny. Yankees won. All right. So we're going to game 3. I like it. There it is. Okay, good. This little thing, I swear, because I click it so much, it just falls off all the time. It's a habit. What can you do? So, and I thought maybe it flew into my wine. That would have made it taste delicious. Anyway, so the Yankees won. Cool. I like it. I like a dramatic, especially when it's Yankees and fucking Red Sox. The Sox, they're fucking Red Sox. I like it when that happens. I hope the Reds win tonight. So then it goes to a game 3 when it comes to the Dodgers and the Reds. I hope that's the case. I don't think it's going to be, but you never know. But anyways, baseball talk, I tell you. All right. This is the quickest. Okay, you know how there's like the memes out there that says like, are not really memes, but somebody out there posts something on social media and it's usually 4 different movies or 4 different actors or something like that where it says one's got to go. And everybody, it's one of those things. They always go viral because everybody wants to choose what movie would I kick out of this? Whether it's like the superhero genre, the horror genre or something like that. And sometimes I don't really like to answer those because I'm just going, I like them all. But then there's sometimes where I go, yeah, it's easy to remove one from the list that you've provided. This one right here that I saw on my feed yesterday, I went, this is the quickest because it's one of them has to go. And it was the quickest, like, fucking easiest gotta go I've ever seen. And this has to do with 90s fighters. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, and get the fuck out, Steven Seagal. That is too easy. And if you're kicking out any of the other guys, there is something wrong with you because there's no way anybody should be kicking out any of the other 3. And 100% Steven Seagal is just out. Just get out. Get out. I get it. There's something. I mean, he was popular in the 80s, late 80s and 90s. But then you go back and look at some of those. You go back and look at some of those movies, and you go, "What the hell was going on?" I mean, I guess you could say that about all of them. Even though Jackie Chan's the ultimate GOAT in this list right here. I know Chuck Norris essentially is the ultimate GOAT when it comes to that. But I'm just saying. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, get the hell. Steven Seagal has nothing on those 3 guys. Nothing on those 3 guys. Not at all. So, what's going on, Saladia Plays is in the chat right there. Good to see you, buddy. And you got to love the internet, too. You got to love the internet because, there's a lot of crap on the internet. There's a lot of lot of BS on the internet, especially when you see, and it's like a bad accident. And sometimes you just can't look away when you see like a video pop up and it's just like two people going at it in the streets or whatever, and just blah, they're just going at it. And you know, it could be like, it just could be, it's the lower IQ of society that decide to do this stuff like that. Whether it's like, I mean, how many times have you watched like, you know, pure white trash just go at each other, and then you get something like a fight in the ghetto or something. It's all pretty crazy. But the thing is, this is what should happen when anytime you see one of those videos, especially when it's pretty crazy when they're like swinging weapons at each other. Well, just turn them into lightsabers. This is funny. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, come on. Just, I mean, that's only what makes it better. It makes it better, right? That's where the internet wins. I mean, you're taking a disaster of like, you know, out in public, people like literally looks like they're trying to actually, I don't know, cause damage to each other. You just turn whatever they're holding into lightsabers, makes it a whole lot better. Do that for every one of those videos that you see out there. But Jesus Christ. Hey, can we go back to this right here? Because, you know, okay, so obviously I just talked about the little meme thing, like, you know, which one has to go and everything like that. This is kind of similar, but this is actually just two movie posters right here where they're saying like, which movie do you prefer? So House of Horrors right here on Twitter was like, which movie do you prefer? And it's Cujo and Fright Night. And my first thought was, can we bring this style of poster back? Right? Can we bring this style? Look at it. I mean, these posters are fantastic, you know? I'm more of a Fright Night guy. I would say Fright Night's the better one. The big scary, what do they call that kind of dog? I don't know. Isn't that the Beethoven type of dog? I don't know. Cujo was freaky, but I don't know. I watched Fright Night way more than I watched Cujo. But I'm just saying, can we just bring this style of poster back? I just want that style of movie poster back. There's just something about that style right there. And I remember like going, especially when it came to horror movies, it just, there was movie posters were just so much better back in the 80s and the 90s. Wasn't it? Weren't they? I mean, when you went to the video store and you looking around and seeing the covers of all the tapes and everything, I mean, there were some eye-catching fucking movie posters, and those two had eye-catching movie posters, 100%. Big time. St. Bernard, thank you there. Thank you there, Manalo. Appreciate you. Did you guys see this glow up right here? Somewhere out there, David Duchovny is going, yeah, we need to do yet another X-Files revival. Me and Gillian Anderson, we need to get back together again because, my God. I mean, I know that Ryan Coogler is doing a revival essentially, but who knows if David Duchovny or Gillian Anderson are going to be part of it. Most likely they will be, and you better believe that after what happened with this, I don't know, there was an event that happened where it's like Louis Vuitton or whatever. So a bunch of, you know, female celebrities mainly were like, they were going out on the runway and I guess kind of just taking part in whatever. And Jesus Christ, this woman is almost 60. And look at her. I mean, this went viral, man. Look at how great she looks. It was just like, holy Lord. Hello, Scully. What are we doing here? Everybody was talking. I mean, it was all over the place. My God. Just the glow. I mean, she's just radiating. Aging backwards. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, what kind of freaking baby's blood ritual, whatever that, jeez. Lost art of album covers too, yeah. But yeah, look at that. I mean, she looks like she's 34 right there, I would say. And if I were to just like glance, I mean, yeah, she's looking pretty. Whoa, I'm just saying. Yeah, we need Scully back. Scully, we need back. I mean, good Lord. That's a beautiful woman right there. That's for damn sure. And then, yes, guys, oh man. Let's see, where's this tweet at now? Oh, if you could see right It's the tweet that keeps on giving right here. I told you guys I tweeted this out. I think I already mentioned that I tweeted this out. You know, our boy Blue keeps flopping. Holy Lord, did I see? If you go down the response to all of this, holy crap! It is. Look at how long this goes. Look at how long this goes, and that's not even everything. Oh man, I tell you. Because, you know, I did the sarcastic thing and said our boy Blue keeps on flopping because obviously with the 13 million views on HBO Max, holy crap. But yeah, you should see some of the responses right here. It's pretty funny, even like the quote tweets and everything. I mean, it's just like how it is when it comes to the right and the left, when it comes to politics. People are just watching two different movies. I mean, people really do form their own worlds, I guess you could say. And I'm just kind of going like, yeah, Superman wasn't like this huge success, but it also wasn't a fucking failure. It was a success enough to be like, okay, we got something here. We're moving forward. Yeah, it got good views on there and everything like that. You know, obviously, the newest thing that I saw when it came to this too, I mean, obviously when it comes to Snyder fans, they did talk about Rebel Moon got 23, 24, something like that, and within like the first couple of days, and I was like, good, I'm glad it did. Somebody was trying to throw that at me, like, oh yeah, you know, I don't know if you know about that. I was like, yeah, I know, and yes, I went to all the screenings of Rebel Moon. I'm 100. I don't know why you're coming at me when it comes to that. My God, it's pretty crazy. And then of course, I mean, I had somebody in my mentions say like, well, why didn't Warner Brothers release the numbers for Zack Snyder's Justice League when it came to HBO Max? I don't know. And he goes like, wouldn't you want to see them? I'm like, no, I don't care about the numbers on HBO Max because that was 4.5 years ago. 4.5 years ago. I don't care. It's not relevant now. The whole idea of the movement was for studios to stop doing the bullshit, and then we got the cut out, and it got out. It was a hit, and people liked it. People keep on visiting it. It's still there. I don't care what it was. Samba TV had it at like 2 to 3 million in its first week, but that's not even measured correctly, so maybe you could just double that number, and maybe it was 6 million or something, 5-6 million. Or whatever, I don't know, 4 to 5 million that it got in its first week. It's not going to do, it probably didn't do as much numbers, as many views as Superman did, because you're talking about a movie that's 4 hours long. Superman is half the time. That was another thing I had to respond with. I'm like, you realize that, you know, people are not going to just watch a 4 hour long movie, even at home. Yeah, they might just like put it on and then they're going to watch it in increments, which is why it's chaptered out, which is a good idea. But I'm just like saying, like, my God. Some of the things, and then, I mean, I was just, and then the same guy that was saying that, I was like, yeah, I don't care. It's not even relevant now. There's no relevance at all. I don't even know what you guys are fighting for anymore, because I do not. What are you fighting for? Oh, we're just giving our grievances because we're not happy with Warner Brothers and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm like, well, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job because, you know, Warner Brothers is the top dog of 2025. It crossed $4 billion. So keep at it. Keep at it. My God, keep at it. You're doing a great. I mean, it's like, why just piss and moan about everything every day as opposed to just celebrating things that you like or looking forward to or whatever. But it was just kind of funny. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, good job. And then he tried to get me on something like, hey, but remember, free speech. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why do people just not understand free speech? They really don't. I've been seeing that shit today, too, when it comes to free speech because, because Netflix has some content on there that, the conservatives aren't liking. So they're saying cancel Netflix and doing all the stuff. And I'm just like, you don't have to watch it, guys. But at the same time, when people are like going like, because Elon Musk is like, cancel Netflix. And people are like, free speech, right? I'm like, do you guys not know what free speech is? Netflix has, they can utilize their platform to have free speech to put what they want on their platform, okay? There's no government that's getting in the way. There's no law that's being put in place for them to not get rid of that content. Elon Musk and the conservatives have the free speech to say, hey, we're not going to watch this and we're going to cancel and we're going to criticize. It's all free speech, guys. Come on. Can we learn? When it came to the Jimmy Kimmel thing, we almost had something where, hey, free speech was in jeopardy because the FCC and the government were getting involved. And that was scary, okay? This is a whole different thing. I just love it. People just don't understand the term anymore. It's like, I don't get it. It's just like back and forth, back and forth. Jesus Christ. It's like, Netflix can put on whatever the hell they want, okay? And you can spend money on it, or you can cancel and you could criticize. Free speech, free speech, free. We got to keep that going. Sorry, rant over. But I was just saying, because that one gentleman in my mentions was just like, yeah, you were insinuating that we should stop and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, I never. Use whatever hashtag you want, do whatever campaigns you want. Obviously, it's working for you. It's working for you, you know. $4 billion for Warner Brothers, top dog of 2025. It's working. Boycott while it's closed. Yeah. So, you know, there you go. By all means, do whatever you want. But I could do it. I could use my free speech to criticize you. That's how it works. I could do that, and I can make fun of you. You know, like it just did. That's what it is. That's what we want to keep involved, okay? We don't want the government to be like coming in and shutting down Kimmel. Or, you know, the previous regime silencing voices on YouTube and stuff like that. We don't want that shit. That's the shit that we don't want. We don't want that. Okay. I need a drink after that one, huh? I just wish, these terms have just gotten so, you know, wishy-washy when it comes to that. Yeah. Anyways, I love this right here. So apparently, welcome to Derry. Welcome to Derry. That's going to be coming out soon, which I can't wait for. It's going to be pretty damn awesome. I'll probably do, I'm assuming they're going to be doing like a weekly thing, so I'll be like doing a review for it every week. But they're releasing like these cool little posters, these you know, kind of fun little posters right here. Here's the first one. They said, Maine's best kept secret. Welcome to Derry this October. Visit the town everyone's dying to see. It is the place to be. See what they did there? See what they did there? It is the place to be. I love that. And let's see. There's another one. I think another one just got released. Come on, you stupid thing. I think I saw it just recently. We got the Welcome to Derry. It's not an AI poster unless they use it. It's on the official site. And then, of course, we have this one right here. Derry's Capitol Theater. Prepared to be consumed. Now treating Derry, Maine. It is the place to be. Yeah, so, yeah. It's pretty sweet. I like that. It's good marketing just to make it like that old-timey Heimlich. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not AI unless they used AI, but it's on the official Welcome to Derry Twitter handle, so pretty sweet. What's going on there, Indiana Jake? Yeah, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Are these clowns going to carry over all the anger towards... Oh, yeah, of course. They ain't going to stop. They're going to be saying, I mean, look, we got Fabian Diaz in the chat right here. He's been saying restore the Snyderverse for like, I don't know, 2 years, over 2 years now. He comes in and just has to put that in there. I mean, I don't know. It's a way of life, apparently. I don't know. But yes, Henry Cavill, Highlander, this Highlander, I mean, if you want like a Snyderverse, I mean, Snyderverse, this Highlander movie is turning into because, whoa, buddy. We got Jeremy Irons. He's going to be the second villain when it comes to the Highlander reboot. So I'm just like, hell yeah. You're going to have some Jeremy Irons in there too? Sign me up. Keep stacking that. But yeah, there's 3 people. You know, you got Russell Crowe, Henry Cavill, and now Jeremy Irons. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, Cavill. Let's see. I got to find it because it was a little later that this happened. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Thirst trap Henry Cavill, of course, you know. We know that he injured his ankle. Apparently he injured it pretty good because he has it wrapped up pretty good. I don't know if it's, you know, if he's, I guess there's some bone breaking. I don't know the details of his injury, but that ain't stopping the man from, you know, working out, keeping in shape, and of course posting thirst pictures. Yep, just why not? Post that. Black and white. Doing some leg raises, that's got to be a little bit harder with that boot on, I tell you what. That's got to feel, that doesn't feel too good right there. But yeah, Cavill showing that off right there. And there he is with that long hair. There's some more pictures too. There's lifting, but I just, you know, just the 2 pictures. So yeah, he's He's still looking pretty studly, doing all that. And and then of course again, the petty when I go down my For You page and I see that side just kind of obviously like, yeah, they say he's too old to play Superman. I'm like, all right, I get it. You want to be petty with that? He's not. I mean, I don't think he was too old to play Superman, but I'm just saying you're starting off a new universe. Yeah, you're going to get somebody younger. I'm just saying. I think that's what most people were kind of insinuating when it came to Cavill being too old to play Superman. It's not that he's too old to actually play Superman. It's just that, hey, if they're going to reinvigorate the universe, yeah, they're going to go for somebody who is younger. That's the way I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, they're not going to go because Cavill's in his 40s now. They're not going to do that. That's why they got Cornsweet, who's in his early 30s. And that's why they were just going to do that. Cavill's obviously perfectly capable of still playing Superman 100%. But it's not that. It's not the physicality of it. It's just the fact that there's a new universe. That's all. All right, what else we got? Hey, why does anybody care about this? But this is pretty funny right here. This is pretty funny because I don't know if you guys heard this, but oh no, what's going to happen? Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have separated. According to TMZ, they are divorcing after 19 years. And then this guy right here, Frank Costa, said AMC theaters should fly flags at half-mast today. If you know, you know. Obviously, we got Nicole Kidman with the AMC theater opening, which was, been memed like crazy. It's annoying. But Nicole Kidman is very nice to look at, so whatever. But so I thought that was funny. But yeah, and then naturally, again, it's funny when something like this happens. When a celebrity couple separates, you can automatically, just by the response of publications or just people online, you know which way they vote, because everything is just political when it comes to things like the people on the left. They're already casting Keith Urban out. Now, he must have cheated. He's going to get some 20-year-old girlfriend and blah, blah, blah. He's a piece of shit and blah, blah, blah. People on the right are going to be blaming Nicole Kidman because, like, wasn't she, and I've seen like the articles. Maybe it was because she was in some risque recent movie projects and everything. Maybe that, and, I don't think her husband appreciated that. It's like, Jesus Christ. Is it obvious? It's just obvious where you guys stand when it comes to that. And I'm just like, shut up. Who cares? Who cares? Why do people care about celebrity couples? Why do people care? I don't care. It gets annoying. It really gets annoying. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them they're both going to end up dating somebody 25, 30 years younger than they are. How much you want to bet? She's going to do that same shit too. And, of course, one side would be like, yes, queen. And then, of course, when they look at him, they'd be like, look at this pig. And then the other side's going to be like, yeah, you get you some. Look at that. She's dating someone half her age. I mean, it's just like, what do we do? Who cares? Who cares? Okay? But she's going to do some baby girl stuff. Anyways. It's all good. I just when I see the reaction to that, like I said, my For You page, my For You side on Twitter, man, you click on something. I mean, Twitter just adjusts your algorithm so quickly. So I was seeing a lot of like the both sides like talking about this, and I'm just like going, guys, just watch Baby Girl and enjoy yourself. Because Nicole Kidman's all kinds of naked, and she looks great. Anyways, all right, John Carpenter received, finally, why did it take this long? But then again, the whole logistics of that whole thing. But he received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame right there. And naturally, man, I love that. I am not quite sure who the guy on the far left is. I'm not quite sure who that is. But, of course, Kurt Russell and then Keith David right there. The remaining survivors of John Carpenter's The Thing. I love that. So at least that's really cool that they were there 100%. But I'm not sure who the guy on the far left is. Who is that guy on the far left? I mean, I'm assuming that, who is that? I'm like looking underneath the tweet. I think that, and you got Greg. Who's Greg? Somebody just said it's Greg. Greg, Kurt, and Keith. Man, Kurt Russell and Keith, yeah. Who is Greg? I don't know who Greg is, so I have no idea. People are mainly commenting that it's Kurt Russell and Keith David, which is great. But, you know, Keith David, I don't know who that guy is. Greg, maybe it was like one of his longtime producer buddies or co-writers or something like that. I don't know who that guy is. But, hey, congratulations to John Carpenter, the horror movie GOAT. The GOAT. And then, yes, guys, saw a lot of the memes, of course, when it comes to September 30th to October 1st, because obviously it's now officially spooky season. We are in October. And a lot of people, of course, you know, they'll show like Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and then him dress up as Batman, you know, it's September 30th to October 1st. We'll see like people like just looking regular and then they're in makeup and blah, blah, blah. I thought this was actually the funniest one because if you know, you fucking know. I mean, clever. It was a clever one because it's just like, yeah, if you know, you know. Some people might not understand this meme right here. They will not understand this meme unless you actually know where the mask of Michael Myers came from. And then speaking of John Carpenter, I mean, he's the one that they had to come up with a nifty idea of, hey, what's the mask going to be when it comes to Michael Myers? Well, the mask that he's wearing is William Shatner, but they just, you know, painted it white and, of course, took the eyes out and everything like that. So then it ended up looking creepy and crazy. So, yes, if you didn't know, yes, the Michael Myers mask is a William Shatner mask. Little movie trivia, but I think a lot of people know that, so it's not, not new to people. Jerry Bruckheimer, yep, he's still talking about that Pirates of the Caribbean film. That's right, and that movie, God knows what's going to happen with this Pirates of the Caribbean movie, because there's rumors that Johnny Depp is going to come back as Captain Jack Sparrow, which I know a lot of people would like. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic character. It reinvigorated his career when that first Pirates of the Caribbean movie came out, because that movie was just phenomenal. Really great movie. Sequels, you know, they were good. I think they started losing their luster into, you know, obviously when you had the second one was really good. I forgot what that was called. Dead Man's Chest or whatever. I don't know. Third one, it was kind of like, okay. And then the fourth one, I don't even really remember the fourth one all that much. I know Penelope Cruz was in it. I don't remember it all that much. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I don't know if like Johnny Depp's actually going to come back, because they're still talking about Margot Robbie still attached to the Pirates of the Caribbean film, the little reboot that's going to be possibly happening. So, and I wouldn't mind. I mean, Margot Robbie as a pirate, yeah, doing some sword fighting, and you know, I'd actually maybe prefer Margot Robbie than Johnny Depp. I think we had enough of Johnny Depp in the Jack Sparrow stuff. I think we're okay. I think we're good. We had 4 movies. We're good. Good. I'm going to go ahead and just like go, yeah, let's get Margot Robbie in a pirate's costume right here. And then, okay, so this video, I mean, yes, it's October 1st. It's spooky season. And then this video came about right here that it's both creepy and cute at the same time. I don't know, like, whoever's kid this is, you know, jeez, parent of the year. I mean, I'm like, what the heck? Obviously not a real knife, but I mean, this kid's got some moves right here. I mean, that's just creepy and cute at the same time. Obviously, Dave didn't hear me when I said if Johnny doesn't come back, we ain't. Oh, is that what it is? If Johnny don't come back, yeah, but I think you would if you wouldn't come back for Margot Robbie. I don't know. Gillian Anderson was at the L'Oreal sponsored Paris. Oh, that's what it was. The L'Oreal sponsored Paris fashion show, which is why she got to a good slice of that skin. Yeah, no shit. She looking damn good. That's for damn sure. Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be in the MCU, guys. I don't know. What are we doing here? Want to be in the MCU? Yeah, somebody asked him in a press junket if like he'd ever joined the MCU, and this is what he had to say. says he doesn't feel confident enough to join the MCU. I don't know if I have the confidence to walk out in my trailer, one of those costumes. What are we doing? Word to your mother. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just saying that. If they offered him a role, he would definitely do it. Shut up, Mark. You know you would do it. You wouldn't be confident enough? You? I've seen your Instagram. You know how many times I've seen you shirtless on your Instagram? You're a confident man. Because you're still freaking jacked at 54 or whatever the hell you are. Confident? Are you kidding me? Confidence. Just say you don't, I mean, just say you don't want to be in just say you don't want to be in one of those movies. It's fine. Which is fine. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's well past that. At one point, I think he was going to join the DC universe. Remember that image from a while ago? There was that image of him. Speaking of confidence, he's shirtless on the desk, like posing, and he was literally in an office where you saw the headshots of all the existing DCEU characters. This was back in like 2016, and everybody was thinking that, wait a minute, is Mark Wahlberg actually going to be Zack Snyder's Hal Jordan? I mean, there was all kinds of speculation when it came to that image. Yeah, say hello to your mother for me. I just try to do that impression like Andy Samberg. What's up, dog? What are you doing over there? All right. Better remember that one right there. I'm gonna talk about something when I talk about the Marvel stuff. Scream 7. Who's excited for Scream 7? Well, I'm not, because I didn't even see the last one. I'm kind of over it. Kind of over the Scream movies. I know there was like the whole big hoopla that happened when it came to Melissa Barrera. And yeah, so with this one, obviously they're bringing more people back that have already died in the Scream franchise. So I am kind of curious about that. But, you know, Jenna Ortega supposedly is not coming back either. But they did release, obviously, for spooky season and everything, that they did release the title, the logo of the title when it comes to Scream 7. And I'm just like, I really don't care. I just don't care. I mean, like, cool, there it is. It's got a slash in it. It's got the 7 behind it. Sweet. Nev Campbell was like, you know, everybody was going, Nev Campbell shouldn't come back because of what they did to Melissa. Nev Campbell now, she like held out because they weren't giving her like enough money for her role, and then now she's back. So it's like, okay, we're good now. I guess we're good, right? Whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm over the franchise. Oh, this is going to be something cool right here, movie lovers and Quentin Tarantino lovers. I love this right here because I definitely want to go check this out. I'm definitely going to try to find, hopefully, when it comes to the movie theaters that'll be handling this, oh yes. Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, Quentin Tarantino epic to be released as one movie in early December. That's right. So you get Kill Bill Part 1 and Part 2 as one giant movie. Totally doing that. Totally going to sniff that out. It'd be cool to watch that as one fine, like... I just wonder how they're going to edit it together. How do they splice it? You know, because it's so cool, though, because Part 1 and Part 2, they're distinctly different tones, which I love. You know, Part 1 is that, that Bruce Lee type of, like, you know, fighting type of revenge type of movie. Kill Bill Volume 2 is more of a Western. Kill Bill Volume 2 is notably a Western movie, you know? So you got two genres that kind of just, and I'm kind of wondering how exactly, you know, I guess they're just going to add just like another, you know, just say like chapter or whatever the hell, obviously just splice it together. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Hey, okay. So when it comes to the casting of Batman, obviously we're all anxiously awaiting the casting of the DCU Batman, which is probably not going to happen till, God, I don't know, we're probably months and months away before we actually find out. I mean, obviously the script needs to be done, but it's kind of funny because back in 2017, 2018, when we knew that Ben Affleck was essentially done for the most part, or at least not doing not doing the Batman movie, and Matt Reeves was going to be doing something different, and there's going to be a whole new different Batman. I remember like just thinking about the short list, you know, and thinking about certain actors and just kind of thinking, okay, who would actually be a good new Batman? And this actor right here, who I actually had on my short list because after I watched The Punisher season 1, he was a part of, he's a villain. I ended up being the villain. And I went, oh, you know what? I think, I think he could be a good Batman. And that is Ben Barnes. And apparently, yes, he would like to be Batman as well. Come on. Ben Barnes wants to play Batman. My parents just visited me and they bought me some like little kid videos, and in every single one I was dressed like Batman or Robin Hood. Hey, I accept. I accept whatever the hell that means. Just call me. I've got Bruce Wayne ready to go. So how are we feeling about that? Ben Barnes, could he pull off the DCU Batman? You know, I mean, he's a lean guy, so I don't know if James Gunn wants the brooding fighter, like he said, he likes the brooding fighter, or does he want something, you know, does he want the big guy, or are they going to have to, you know, juice up Ben Barnes to get him like 20, 30 pounds of muscle? Because, you know, he's a pretty thin guy. I always thought he had a good face. I thought he looked like he could wear that cowl pretty good. Good jawline, decent chin. He definitely has Bruce Wayne vibes to him. I don't know. I just... Like I said, back in like 2017, 2018, after I saw him in The Punisher, I went, I actually like Ben Barnes as a choice for being Batman, but I don't know. Probably won't happen. But I mean, James Gunn's not wrong when he says that there's so many actors that want to play Batman. When he said that, he goes, that's just the truth. It's like, it's true. You ask any freaking actor in any interview, they always say, yeah, I want to play Batman. Everybody wants to play Batman. Even though that, you know, taking that role is going to come with a lot of fucking, you know, shit now, especially when it comes to social media. The Invisible Man. I could have sworn that after The Invisible Man came out in 2020, which was one of the last movies, it was one of the last movies that I saw, the Lee Whannell Invisible Man movie, which is a really good movie. It was one of the last movies I saw before the lockdowns. But officially, the last movie I saw was that Ben Affleck movie, The Way Back. I think that's what it was called. That was actually the last movie before everything got really shut down. But I remember I went with one of my friends to go see Invisible Man, and like a week or so later, that's when lockdown started happening. But I could have sworn that because it still did really well at the box office, that they were already talking about a sequel. Well, 5 years later, a sequel to The Invisible Man is in the works, according to Screen Rant. I don't know. Lee Whannell, I mean... It's so funny because it seemed like Lee Whannell was trying to do something where when it came to the Wolfman movie that came out earlier this year, he was trying to be like, okay, let's try to take these classic characters and modernize them. And it really worked for The Invisible Man. You watch that movie, it is a modernized version, and it works big time. Wolfman, I thought, worked for the most part, but I could see why people didn't like it. And it didn't hit. It didn't hit like The Invisible Man. So I'm kind of wondering if they're like, okay, that didn't work. We're not going to do anything else. Just try to make a sequel to this. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe there was like a plan to be like, hey, maybe we could do some more stuff. Maybe we can inject some vampire stuff in there. I don't know. Maybe there could be like a Frankenstein type of creature in there too that we can modernize. But, you know, but after Wolfman didn't work, I think they're like, let's just do an Invisible Man sequel. Sucks so much? Really, Ms. Man? You thought it sucked? Jeez. Well, I disagree. I thought it was great. I like Lee Whannell as a director. And speaking of directors, Jimmy Cams. Jimmy Can says, Fire and Ash is 3 hours. Of course it is. Did we not think it was going to be less? Jimmy, he says it's going to be around 3 hours. Big surprise. The big swing in all of this. Do we make any money? We'll make some, but what kind of profit margin is there and how much to continue on in this universe? I love how he said it like that. He's just like, yeah, been out 3 hours. Big surprise. Are we going to make any money? It's like, shut the fuck up. This guy has $3 billion Titanic, Avatar 1, and Avatar 2. I love how he's just being like, yeah, will we make money? Who knows? As he lights his cigar with flaming $100 bills. Jimmy Cams, what are you talking about? That's funny. Oh, and you have my attention. You have my attention right here. What is this? Oh, well, apparently they're going to be expanding the John Wick universe again. I mean, Ballerina sadly didn't do that well at the box office, but hopefully it finds life on video because I still think it was a great entry into the John Wick universe, and we're supposed to be getting more spin-offs. But how about this spin-off right here? A script has been written for an original samurai western set in the John Wick universe. Greenlight it. Please. Samurai western? So we're going to get like more of an origin of why this whole underground world exists. That's okay with me. That is okay with me. Let's do that. Sign me up for that. Please. We got Tilly Norwood in the chat. You know, the AI actress apparently is there. So, anyways, that's it, guys. That's it when it comes to dead tweets. All right. Good times. All right, let's go over some DC news. Well, DCU news. Let's talk about the DCU because, you know, not much. There's not much here. But, you know, we got Jimmy Gunn, of course, talking about various things, which it just seems like, I mean, he's keeping the train rolling. He's keeping the train rolling. I mean, they're doing, again, kudos to Jimmy Gunn's and DC Studios for keeping the train rolling because that's what's really helping this thing and keeping things relevant. Obviously, we got Peacemaker stuff and, you know, obviously he did do some talking about that. But the first thing we're actually going to be talking about, Mr. Miracle. That's right. The animated series. Yes, the animated series of Mr. Miracle when it comes to that whole world. Well, we got some more updates. It's going to be animated. It's not going to be tied to anything. Essentially, it's going to be an Elseworlds project. Mr. Miracle animated series will feature Darkseid, Highfather, Light Ray, Orion, and Funky Flashman. I can't believe they're okay. Funky Flashman. They're including that character. That's fine. I can understand everyone else, but I'm like, man. I mean, I haven't heard that name in forever. Confirmed plot points include Scott Free's infection by the anti-life equation and his suicide attempt. What? Okay, there you go. So, it's an animated series. Not going to be, I mean, I think a lot of people were kind of thinking like, well, is it going to be more for children? Or, yeah, it sounds like we got that answer right there. So, interesting. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, and by the way, guys, The Batman Part 2 years from today. So, on my birthday, 2 years from now, watching The Batman Part 2. Gotta love that. Okay, what else we got? All right, so, I mean, I don't have to go over every little bit of this, but I'll talk. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to go over every little bit. I mean, so we have GQ that interviewed James Gunn. And here's the article right here. We're not going to go every little bit of it. It's one of those full-on interview ones. Peacemaker's James Gunn on that big alternate Earth reveal. As Chris Smith discovers the truth about Earth X, we did not see that coming, ha ha ha, and reveals all hardcore creator. So you go, look at all this, and essentially, you just read this entire interview. I don't want to go over every little single bit of it because there's just a lot there. And, it's a good interview if you want to dive into that. It's mainly just talking about Peacemaker and talking about that. And he mentions a little bit of supposed backlash, but I put backlash in quotes. I guess you could say. But so one of the things that he was actually saying in here was the fact that, where's it at? Was the fact that, let's see, where's it at right here? Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a bit. Man, I lost my place. There we go. Okay, here we go. So one of the quotes in this article, he basically said that, I mean, again, it's just I just like that Jimmy Gunn's is just like, hey, I'm just going to say whatever. And he says right here, he says, I have a few racists that have called me polarizing. But I'm okay with being polarizing and letting races fall to the wayside. People have loved this episode the most So it's exciting. So basically just kind of like, there's obviously been a backlash online because it's just the way it is. And of course, people comparing like, oh yeah, Earth X is what America is today. And it's like, no, it's not, which I hate that hyperbole shit. It's just funny because like log off, go outside. You'll realize that it's not that. Yes, there's bad. It's not perfect. Trust me. America, can be a shithole in certain respects. That's for damn sure. But, he did say that. And it was just that it's just funny. Apparently, some people are like, hey, you're somebody who's actually like probably a neo-Nazi or something like that was like, hey, you're kind of polarizing in our community, buddy. You know that? Me and the other whiteys over here with the shaved heads, you're polarizing. You're supposed to be one of us. Look at your white hair. I mean, what are you doing? Maybe the KKK think that too. I don't know. Who cares? And then James Gunn also had this quote right here because, obviously when you write an episode like this and you're going to have your black actress, the character of Abadayu, it's like, is she going to be okay? Is Daniel Brooks going to be okay with this reveal? And so this is what he had to say. He said, when I was first writing the episodes and first finished the episode, I sent it to Daniel Brooks and we had a big conversation. I wanted to make sure she was okay with everything. So just double checking and everything. I'm sure she was totally game. She seems like a very cool person. And she was probably laughing and like, oh yeah, let's do that. I mean, obviously when people are like bitching and moaning about it, it's like, it's not celebrating it. I mean, obviously we haven't seen the last 2 episodes of how shit goes down. It's not a celebration of it, but of course people are making it sound like that. But it's, it's just, it's funny. It's funny because it's like, oh yeah, you had to double check and make sure and everything. So, but then, and all that. And then when it came to Peacemaker also, he talked about John Cena. He keeps praising John Cena. For people to even talk about John Cena as a wrestler turned actor, you go, fuck that. That's not what he is. He's an actor. I mean, every actor did something before they were acting, and that just happens to be the job he had before this because he is fantastic. So, he's still freaking going like, yeah, man, John Cena. Sorry, I don't know why. Pardon me. It's the wine. I had a shot of vodka before this celebratory birthday. So I'm feeling a little loose tonight, and so I just did that motion right there. But no, I'm just saying. But John Cena, yeah, I would say, obviously Dave Bautista is #1 wrestler turned actor, just with the roles that he's chosen. And I hope that we get more roles like that from Dave Bautista. But now we're gonna get the Smashing Machine from Dwayne Johnson, which he's getting praise for. So very much looking forward to that, and that's gonna be interesting to see. But John Cena is getting has gotten better as well. So. Good stuff. And then when it came to two DC projects that apparently, Jimmy Guns was teasing right here. And it's like, which characters, what projects? Is it ones you've talked about before? What is it? Of course, he's not going to answer that right here. James Gunn teases the DCU has 2 really cool film scripts moving forward, 1 TV project awaiting budget approval, and Supergirl coming along. There's actually 2 really cool film scripts that I'm hoping to take to the next level that we have general plans for. I'm guessing one of those is Wonder Woman. Gotta be, right? And I'm excited about both of those. And I'm excited about one TV project in particular. Booster Gold? Probably. I don't know why we're not greenlit on that already. It's just figuring out the budget. So there's a couple of things that are present that I'm excited about and dealing with getting Supergirl into shape. Yeah, so I'm guessing Booster Gold's that TV show. Maybe it's Waller, I don't know. But I'm guessing one of those scripts is Wonder Woman, because we already heard that that Anna Naguara is actually writing that script too, or something like that, right? So it's got to be something when it comes to that. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But what's also interesting too is James Mangold. It was just revealed that he signed an exclusive deal with Paramount. Now, he signed an exclusive deal to Paramount, but yet in the same article, when it came into this information, so he's going to be making movies for Paramount, but they also said that his Star Wars movie is still happening and the Swamp Thing movie is still happening. Now, what's interesting about that is I still mainly wonder about the Star Wars movie because the Star Wars franchise is just, who knows what's going on with that. So I'm kind of wondering still about that, but apparently it's still moving forward. Now everybody's going like, Swamp Thing, definitely not happening. But then I'm going, do we not remember that Paramount might be buying Warner Brothers Discovery? I'm just saying, I'm like, there's a possibility that if that actually goes through, and they're just going to obviously keep DC Studios, because I don't see them actually going, yeah, James Gunn, sorry, everything you're working on, get out of here. You know, they're not. I don't see them doing that. So I'm just kind of going, now this kind of like actually makes me think more so that Paramount will actually maybe purchase Warner Brothers, but who knows? So I don't think we have to worry about Mangold quite yet, but you know, that might be on the back burner. And then when it comes to Anna Naguara, speaking of her, when it comes to Supergirl, he actually talked about how she figured out the character when writing it. And this is actually pretty good right here. I actually like this quote. She watched Krypton completely be destroyed. It's from her. I was like, I can't get my head around the version of the character that is so sunny. When I read King's rougher, grittier, edgier, and funnier take, I was like, there she is. So basically, Anna was like, wait a minute, Supergirl, I mean, Kara, like, she's like, saw the planet explode. I mean, it's like, that's got to fuck up somebody. And then when she read, Woman of Tomorrow, she went, that's the take I want to go with. So that's why they're mainly going off of that. Obviously, it's not going to be an exact adaptation of that book, but it's just the fact that it's like, yeah, anybody would be fucked up from seeing their home planet explode? Yeah, of course. It's good stuff. So that should be good. And then, Crypto Saves the Day, Episode 2, Halloween Havoc, is streaming on HBO Max and YouTube, so that's cool. And, okay. Ooh, what the hell is this? Oh, that's just interesting things. It's nothing rare. And it's kind of funny too, because apparently Fortnite, you know how Fortnite has like they had Peacemaker character and they had him do the dance. They actually removed it for a minute. Apparently there was some kind of controversy because they realized the dance he was doing like a swastika, doing like something like that. So they were like, they kind of just like got freaked out about it because they realized, is that what they were like indicating? But apparently that's all been reinstated and everything's just been overblown because, the way things are nowadays, right? Jesus. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to all that. And then, let's see. And then, of course, he talked, Jimmy Guns did talk about more things too when it comes to like basically what we're leading into. Like he's been seeing episodes of Lanterns. That's been going on. That's been sounding like that's also great. They even said that, he teases that Peacemaker characters will continue in DC series, but not exactly Peacemaker Season 3. Who knows if there's going to be a Season 3. And then he also gave an update on The Authority. That's right, The Authority. And let me find it here in this article. Where does he say it? Obviously talking about the... There we go, right here. Gunn, right here. It says it right here. Gunn tells Deadline that The Authority is not kaput. There's someone who is a really good creator who talked to me the other day. Huh? What does that mean? So that means series, right? Who knows? Answered Gunn. I'm probably not going to do certain movies with characters who audiences don't know. It's harder to get people in the theater for that kind of thing. Oh, you just kind of gave it up? You just kind of gave it right there, right? Because, yeah, a lot of people were kind of going, The Authority, who the fuck knows about The Authority? And it's like, yeah, a lot of people, even comic book nerds, don't even really know who The Authority is. I wasn't too familiar with The Authority. I've heard of them, heard of some of the characters, but I didn't know all the characters, and I never read any of the books. So having it as a series, that could actually benefit it as opposed to a movie. And maybe they realize that. And I'm just kind of like thinking, okay, that could be cool. You have like a mini series or something, and you can associate that. So that's what's going to be interesting to see where The Authority is. So The Authority is not dead, but I think they just realized that, we can't just do like these off the cuff characters like too much, right? I don't know. I think The Authority works better. Yeah, I think it would actually 100% work better as a series, as a theories. Did I just turn into Mike Tyson? So there's your DCU news right there. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Nope, I think that's it. I think I covered it all. I just wonder what those 2 movie scripts are. I'm thinking one of them has to be Wonder Woman. One of them has to be Wonder Woman. What the other one is, who knows? But let's move on to the other cinematic universe, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Russo brothers, I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing here? What is this? Okay, you did this when you were doing Infinity War and Endgame, and you're doing this now. And, okay, I like cryptic shit, but sometimes it's like a little too cryptic where people just can't even figure shit out. But yes, the Russo brothers not tweeted this out, but put on their Instagram this image right here. I mean, I'm guessing that's one of the Russo brothers sitting in the chair. I don't know, maybe it's not. But, you know, it's just like, okay, what are we looking at? And, of course, people are like going, I see an X right here. Maybe it's an A. It's Avengers versus X-Men and blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are like looking at this right here, where the spotlight is going. And it does look like there's the Avengers A right here. And it almost seems like within the spotlight, and it looks like, yeah, there is X. It's like X, and maybe that's what they're indicating. But then some people were thinking that it's indicating, since we see almost like 3 A's right here, that maybe, just maybe, that Secret Wars, that there's actually going to be a third part, like, or not a third part, but a part 2 of Secret Wars. I don't know. People were kind of looking at it like that and everything. So it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm going to see the movies. You know, I'm excited, and I definitely will be more excited when I see a teaser, a trailer, or something. And apparently, according to rumors, the first tease of Avengers Doomsday is going to be attached to Avatar: Fire and Ash, which makes sense. Same studio, big movie. Why not tease Doomsday? So to me, that sounds like a no-brainer right there, to be honest. It really sounds like a no-brainer. I don't know. We'll see. But that's, yeah, so they're doing that, and it's just like, okay, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't see what's going on there. I guess just copying. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing. Mattinson Tomlinson. No, not Tomlin. Mattinson Tomlin. What the hell are you doing, buddy? I mean, we finally got a Batman Part 2 script that you finished with Matt Reeves, and now, Mattson, you're trying to get in contact with Sam Raimi to write a Spider-Man 4 script for Tobey? Huh? So somebody asks, here's your money to write the script. Trying, he says. He's trying to write a script. Call me, Mattson. And by call me, I mean call the real Sam Raimi. Trying! And then he had this to say right here. Honestly, right now, my main interest in this respect would be to write a Spider-Man 4 where Tobey's Spider-Man is juggling between being a husband and father. Spider-Man as a father is where I gravitate towards, given the last 8 films. Kevin Feige, you have an opportunity here. I think this movie would be big. See, the added luxury that Marvel Studios has by having multiple Spider-Men is they've already shown them. See, when it comes to the DCU, I could see why there's going to still be some questions and maybe some confusing questions when it comes to having 2 Batmen, because we haven't gotten introduced to the new Batman, and we only know one Batman, and then there's no multiverse aspect to it. But you had Spider-Man No Way Home have the 3 Spider-Men show up in that, and it was a huge movie, so you can actually, it's a lot easier to get away with that and not have people confused. What the hell? Come on. What are we doing here? Let's have that happen, please. Let's have that happen. I'm down for it. Totally down for it. And, and then, of course, there's like the rumors that, oh, yeah, Spider-Man is definitely in Doomsday, but it's not clear on which Spider-Man. And then there's been rumors that Tobey is, in fact, in Doomsday. There's been pictures and all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, there's, Spider-Man Brand New Day is happening right now. And there's more set photos. Yeah, nothing like crazy we got to see. It's just resuming filming. Nothing too much like the other stuff. I'm not going to go too into detail. So let's talk about some reviews. Let's talk about the reviews of this weekend. Who's going to the movies this weekend? We got a couple of movies coming out. I'm not seeing the Taylor Swift movie. Whatever the hell that is. Oh, it's the release party. My God. The movie I'm going to see tomorrow is The Smashing Machine, because I've looked forward to this movie ever since I heard about it. And going to the Devil Fruit site, if this thing would actually work, it's not working. Okay. There it goes. Jesus Christ. Certified fresh, 75%, 118 reviews. Sweet. I'm telling you, Dwayne Johnson. Look at him go. Look at the top critics. Hey, we're going to start off with a bad one. Safdie. I always say his name wrong. Takes a story of passion and fury, of rage and torment, and reduces it to the arm's length mode of the interesting. What clicks are the scenes between Johnson and Ryan Bader, the MMA star turned actor who's more than merely convincing as Kerr's coach and mentor, Mark Coleman. Another bad one, a too serious star and a scattered screenplay make for a low-energy sports drama. Blunt works hard to flesh out an unwritten role, but Safdie seems more interested in Kerr's silences than his partner's complaints. The relationship is too ill-defined to land an emotional punch. That's a positive review. The Smashing Machine, for something that promised an unforgettable story about a legend, is too ordinary to make a real impression. Johnson's most vulnerable moments as Mark are the defeated ones, brought to screen with minimal melodrama but maximum impact. Though Safdie doesn't radically reinvent the sports movie form as some might have expected, the rather predictable The Smashing Machine is held together by its strong central performances. Safdie's camera and the film's sympathize and the film remain at arm's length, obscuring what's going on inside Mark's gigantic cranium even more effectively than his dinner plate-sized hands. And it's funny because, man, there's a pretty mixed bag between critics right there. So, pretty cool. And then, like I said, there's more movies coming out. There's a movie called Bone Lake, which I saw the trailer for it not too long ago. It looked really interesting, but it's at a 94%, you know? An unwavering in its psychological trappings, Bone Lake is a supercharged game of survival that yields a thrilling rabbit hole of intrigue and fun. So that might be one that you want to check out. I'm not going to read any of those reviews right there. I just read the synopsis. But then, of course, we have Good Boy. And I'm like, damn it! I do want to see Good Boy, but I already had my heart set on seeing The Smashing Machine, so I might have to find time for this one. This movie is only an hour and 13 minutes, which that's good, but I'm also very nervous of watching this movie because obviously we don't want the Good Boy to get hurt. We don't want this cute little dog to get hurt. Indy is a delight who can do no wrong. Though the film around him is not always as assured, he is a star who has earned all the pets and treats a dog could dream of. After all the nightmares he had endured in this film, he more than deserves it. Horror tale told from the perspective of a dog, Ben Leonberg's Good Boy is the sort of film that was always destined to live and die by the strength of the central gimmick. Part of the film's terror, especially as it reaches its heartbreaking conclusion. Don't say that! Heartbreaking conclusion? See, is watching the fury innocent see its entire world come slowly crashing down around it and not being able to comprehend why. What could have easily been a cheap gimmick instead provides the foundation of one of the best horror films so far this year. What comes across most strongly and gives the film its emotional power is Indy's unfailing loyalty to his beloved owner and his willingness to to do anything to protect him. This movie's just gonna fucking punch you in the balls, man. Leonberg crafts a thoughtful, unnerving, and heart-rending portrayal of how utterly terrifying it can be for a dog when his whole world is appended and is unable to understand why. That sounds like almost like the other one. I mean, this movie's just gonna kick your freaking heart in the balls, man. And then it looks like this movie right here with Daniel Day-Lewis's kid and his return also is coming out, and it's at a 60% right here. I'm not going to go over those reviews, but yeah, there's just a lot. There's some movies coming out this weekend. Man, I swear. I mean, I'm watching the Smashing Machine because I was already going. I'm watching that. I want to see that because I want to see what Dwayne Johnson does with that. I've given Dwayne Johnson a lot of, I've given him some grief in the past few years, but I'm going, hey, now we got, let's see this. Let's see this here, Anyways, so. All right, well, let's finally wrap up this thing with movie trailers right here because, this is becoming like a thing where it's like, hey, let's just watch some movie trailers I missed because I always tend to miss some movie trailers. There's not that many. There was one called Psycho Killer right here. So we got a Psycho Killer, and it's coming out in February, and it's about a thriller that follows a police officer who tracks down a killer after her husband, a highway patrolman, becomes one of his victims. So there's this trailer right here. Let's check it out.
It hasn't even been 48 hours since you buried your husband. What I hope to help
Psycho Kill. I know what you're talking about, Arkham Knight.
No matter how many times you replay what happened, the outcome is inescapable.
See, it's from Seven, the writer of 7 and 8 millimeter. Both crazy movies. And then, of course, yes, they're going to be... Psycho Killer. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. Yeah, they didn't play that song, but hey, what can you do? There's another trailer from I don't even watch that. There's one where there's like a new Benedict Cumberbatch movie, but I actually wanted to watch this one because I saw this one. A zombie movie. That's right. There's a zombie movie starring Daisy Ridley. That's right. Rey Skywalker herself, called We Bury the Dead. So let's watch this one. Like, it's hard to do fresh takes when it comes to the zombie genre. I can get around that one. And, Daisy Ridley, I think she's a good actress. I think, obviously she's, when it comes to, obviously Star Wars. Okay, and then there was another one that came out. Let me make sure, hold on. This is not a Red Band trailer, is it? Okay. Okay, and then there's an A24 movie called Pelion, which stars Harry Melling, not sure who that is, but Alexander Skarsgård. Let's check this one out. The only thing I want for Christmas is just the things that I'm going to
Who's next?
Hi.
Holy Lord. Jesus Christ. Yeah, cheeky indeed.
And buy yourself a butt plug. You're too tight.
Yeah. Lovely. That sounds like a plan. Bye then.
Okay. That was that movie. Because I saw the trailer, like, showed it today. I was like, I had no idea what it was about. There we go. There we go. All right, and then finally, let's watch this trailer because they just released a new trailer for Guillermo. I mean, and speaking of that Pilar movie, I'll probably watch that when it's on, streaming or something. We got a new trailer for Frankenstein, which is getting a limited theatrical release.
Told his tale. And I will tell you mine. I remember pieces.
Jeez.
Memories of different men. Then I saw it. Your name. Victor Frankenstein. My creator. I demand a single grace from you.
Beautiful. Goddamn, Guillermo. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
To award me love.
Did I not remember that Christoph Waltz is in this?
Enrage. Now. Run.
Damn. Come on. Come on. Yeah, Netflix doesn't deserve that movie. Limited release for like a week. Fuck off. I mean, I'm gonna do my best to go see that movie in the movie theater. That deserves to be seen on the big screen. Come on. Are we kidding ourselves here? Jesus. Anyway, there's our trailers right there. Ah, man. That's something you have to see on the big screen. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Holy Lord. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some Twitter. I'm gonna have to. Guys, I'm gonna have to skip the members only stream today. Just because I have to prepare for the DC Fanimated, and I'm just gonna do that. So we're gonna skip it this week. We'll do it next week. Just because I didn't think like this stream was actually gonna run this late, but it actually did because I talked way too much. So apologize. We'll do the members only stream next week. Okay. I'm gonna have to go ahead and skip it this week. So, anyways, questions. We start off with Eric Blake right here. Dave, if Marvel actually follows through on Tobey Spider-Man, maybe that might inspire the other side with another one promised sequel. Like I said, it's all about them getting the wins now, and that's what certain people don't realize. When they're just constantly throwing pissing shit at Warner Brothers and DC Studios and James Gunn, it's like, I don't understand what they're doing. Yeah, I've always thought there's always a possibility if the DCU continues to flourish in Peacemaker in the Pocket Universe, and one of those doors is the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse is in that world. James Gunn has even said that there's no universe that's dead. So If it was Apple, it would be an IMAX like F1. I know, right? Jesus Christ. But Netflix doesn't want to do that stuff. Devin Wooter, hey, happy birthday. Thank you. Hey, Dave, happy birthday. Appreciate it. And did you hear that the Authority DC movie back on the table? Yeah, it might be a series. I imagine James Cameron directed Justice League for DC Studios. That would be incredibly insane. Yeah, that would be absolutely insane. And then there you go right there. There's my troll stalker person who is saying happy birthday to me as a Tilly Norwood superfan. Creepy. All right, Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, do you think Keith is going to die in the next episode of Peacemaker Season 2 by Peacemaker, and then the finale, he kills his dad? You might be onto something. I think there's going to be some death when it comes to those guys. It might turn bad. It might turn bad. So, yeah, it might turn bad. Mr. Nobody, hey, Dave, it might be early to tell, but what do you think about how James Gunn is handling the DCU versus how Kevin Feige is handling the current MCU? To be honest, I don't like Marvel versus DC because I just want good stories, but in the current climate, I think DC is winning. Thoughts? Yeah, I would say so because, I mean, like I said, they're DC won 2025. I don't think it's going to win 2026, but I think, like I said, I really enjoyed Superman. Regardless of like some people that were having meltdowns in my mentions saying that subjectively and objectively it was a bad movie. Somebody actually said that to me, that Superman was subjectively and I'm like, you don't know what subjectively means. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But I think it's a good way to start. Definitely a good way to start. Ariel. All right, a birthday stream. Let's go. Excited to hear those James Gunn DC teases and see what new trailers drop on the markets. Reminds me of Chris Foster's view that hype can move things. Should be a good one. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ariel. I don't know if you're out there. And then, of course, we got Joshua G right here. Hey, Dave, happy birthday. Thank you, Josh. Did you hear about how Walton Goggins thinks people will turn on him like they are doing to Pedro? If this is my fate, well, fuck it. Fallout's Walton Goggins' response to the prediction, fans will turn on. Oh, jeez, that's hilarious. I mean, I get it. People just have Pedro fatigue. That's all. I had Pedro fatigue. People are just having Pedro fatigue. When you're all over the place, when you're plastered all over the place, and then, of course, when you post political things, you're going to alienate a side. That's also partially, too, why people turned on him. Because, obviously, he's very left. So, naturally, people on the right turned on him because of things that he posted out there and everything like that. But I think, in my opinion, I don't care about where his politics are. I could care regardless. I'm politically homeless. I don't give a fuck. I like Pedro Pascal, but it just was getting to a point where, like, Jesus Christ, you're everywhere. And that's the thing, is you just get a little fatigue, especially nowadays. You just get a little fatigue when it comes to it. I don't think people actually turned on him. And I don't think Walton Goggins is really in the same spectrum, to be honest. I think Walton Goggins, yeah, he got an influx after like some of the TV roles that he took, but I don't think it's going to be like how that is. I don't think that's going to be the case. So, and it's all good. It's all good. We're good. Don't worry. Like I said, Pedro, yeah, he got it got to a point where people were just kind of tired of seeing him everywhere. That's it. That's all, guys. But anyways, yeah, I know I gotta watch Fallout still. I still gotta watch Fallout, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to skip the because I thought this stream was actually gonna be, I thought it was gonna be only an hour because I didn't think there was gonna be that much. But you know how me, I just talk a lot, and I do appreciate the birthday wishes. Much appreciated, guys. It always is interesting, Yes, you go around the sun one more time, and you're going, and then you start looking at things. You're like, Jace, here we go. Yeah, I'm 42. That's right, guys. I am 42. So cheers to 42, the big 4-2. Oh man, I don't feel like it though. That's for damn sure. But And hopefully I don't look it. You know, got a little salt and pepper and everything like that. But cheers to you guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And yeah, like I said, I apologize that we won't be doing a members only stream, but we'll do it next week. I just, you know, with everything, I just didn't have, you know, I want to prepare, make sure, you know, I got to finish watching the episode for tonight's DC Fanimated and everything like that. So, anyways, guys, thank you very much. I'll see, like I said, look forward to my Smashing Machine review. My first reaction, I'll be posting that. And of course, I'll, you know, if you guys don't show up to the DC Fanimated later, then for sure, I'll see you guys on the Vodka stream. We'll, of course, have some more fun when it comes to that. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all the things and everything, and love you guys, much appreciated, and I will talk to you later.